This is Thursday. It's the 27th of October, 2016. And for the second blog for today, I would like to talk about what political correctness does for humanity, how it works, how it gets people to stay within a box that just makes you stupid. It does not allow you to think critically of what is being said or done to you. And in this respect, something I learned a long time ago when I first was taught neurolinguistic programming, there is something there called the meta model that shows how language is the product of sensory experience, and to make sense out of language and all sensory experience, there are three filters that are used. They're not bad filters. They can make it possible for language to function with precision and do extraordinary things. It can also be used to repress you and hold you prisoner. Those filters are called generalization, distortion, and elimination, where something is left out. The filter is actually called something else, but I can't remember it in English right now. I speak Norwegian throughout the day because I've lived in Norway for ages, and that does change how I use the English language over time. At any rate, each of the words that are taken in the meta model have questions associated with them. The model was created to always have a question you could ask that was intelligent in interviewing psychiatric patients, for example. This way the patient doesn't take charge over the interview and screws around with your head. If someone should say to you, for example, "You hurt my feelings," the challenge to this question is, what is more truthful? That I hurt your feelings, or feelings of hurt is your response to what I have said? Of course, the second interpretation is the most truthful if you're thinking critically. And with that, you have to assume that you cannot take responsibility for another person's emotional responses. I have been ingrained with that modality of thinking ever since I learned NLP in 1989, or started learning it, and I've used it fully every day since that time. I do not recognize that I can or am willing to take responsibility for anybody's emotional reactions or responses to what happens in their environment from me or anybody else. That does not seem to be the case today as far as being politically correct is concerned. And in the child molestation agencies, for example, especially in this country, A kindergarten or a school can send a note to the agency saying, "We are concerned. We are worried." It's actually called a worried notification, being worried. Now, to be worried is an emotional response. And if I am a worrywart, it means no matter what happens around me, I'm going to be worried about it. I'm going to be alarmed over it. Your behavior is alarming me. It's worrying me. You can't take responsibility for that kind of response in another human being. But in this day and age, laws are being created that demand that you take responsibility for others' emotional life. This is especially true in the debate concerning homosexuality, sexual deviations, even deviant behavior, where people can say, pedophilia is not a crime. Well, no, it's not a crime. It is actually a sexual orientation, but practicing that sexual orientation is damn sure going to hurt some child, and that is a crime. So they're trying to get around the factual orientation of what is going on and trying to get people to limit their thinking, to accept things that other people want you to take responsibility for. This is why they're passing laws to include another sexual orientation. It's not boys and girls anymore, or men and women. There's a new humanity on the block. And if you don't take notice of that, then you might hurt somebody's feelings. And God damn it, I say, so fucking what? Excuse the language. That might hurt somebody's feelings too, and that's why I use that language. To point out that anybody can make a word and say that word is a hurtful word because I insist on making it hurt me. That's a choice. That's really a choice. And I shouldn't keep you or hold you responsible for my choices, should I? This is also true of the new laws being written today called hate speech. Now, just so you know, these laws are usually created by a race of people that are so racist that they claim superiority over any other member of humanity that is outside of their family culture or cult or clan or religion, call it what you want. It makes criticizing illegal by calling it hate speech. You're hurting someone else's feelings. And if there is ever a sign that you're living in an insane society, that is desperately sick of itself, it would be a society where criticism of that society, culture, or peoples is not legal. You can be punished, or you will be punished, for making criticism. This is a society that compartmentalizes the truth, that fragments the truth, that twists the truth, dresses it up to make it look like something entirely different, and turns you into a liar that has no integrity if you accept their words. It has been said in a supremely rational world that runs on language, misuse of language, they take reality, put it into words, and then after that they only talk about the words, never the reality. So I'd like you to think about that critically, and if you can find anything to criticize about my points of view, you can do that. And I don't really care, because you won't be hurting my feelings. I have a protection against that. It's called responsibility. With that, thank you. Goodbye.